your vibe, it be different. Can shine in your eyes what I'm missing. Your body Ferrari, but your mind is my interest. You find it, you'll find in the sky. We gon' ride the ecliptic like a Mercury transit.
Peace, y'all. Say what's Star Card Astrology, and I'm here to give you daily astrology guidance for Friday, December 22nd. Friday, December 2nd, 2022. And I just want to say like, comment, and subscribe. You already know the drill. I will be giving away a 15-minute free natal chart reading for anyone who likes, comments, and subscribes. We will pick it at the beginning of next week. And I will be doing my weekend forecast tomorrow. And each day is an entry. So continue to like, comment, and subscribe, and you can get your free reading. So we're going to pop right into this, and we are going to change the format up. I'm not going to be putting up the charts, and we're just going to flow through it. I'm going to just keep it like this and see how this works, and it makes it easier for me to kind of repurpose content and, not be constantly looking down at my iPad and, doing all this stuff. And this would be typically how, I do a reading. I mean, I probably would use the iPad a little bit, but, yeah, we're just going to switch it up. See what works, see what doesn't, Why not? Right? Okay. So, we have the moon that is making its transit through Aries. And it will conjunct Chiron today. It's getting very close right now as we speak. So definitely people collectively are feeling more fired up, more driven. But also, these feelings can be directed towards these places where we need healing. And this is where places that we haven't healed can come to the forefront of our emotions today. And especially with this still being so close to Jupiter that just came online in Pisces, right? Jupiter has been retrograde. Most of the planets have been coming out of retrograde, and we're going to see, Mars come out of retrograde pretty soon here in the next month. So this is a little bit of like, well, because Jupiter is conjunct Neptune in Pisces, squaring Mercury, which is in Sagittarius, there can be a lot of triggers, right, that come out verbally. There can be a lot of talk about things where people might say things that they are a little delusional about. Beliefs are a big deal right now. And when it comes to beliefs, we all have our own ways of believing and what we believe and how they differentiate from person to person. And a lot of people could be very vocal about that right now, right? Mercury is not retrograde. It is in Sagittarius. And when it's making this hard aspect to Jupiter, Jupiter is expansive, right? It's the gaseous giant of our solar system. So, and it's in Pisces. So in Pisces, Jupiter is exalted here, but it can be where things can be underwater. So Mercury squaring this space means that people's beliefs can be expanded in a way where they're kind of delusional about it. They don't have all the facts, or they are just, really submerged in it and they're blinded by it. So there can be a lot of things that can be said that can come up that would be like, why would they say that? Or, they don't really know what they're talking about. They're just, blindly believing in whatever it may be. And you can get caught up. People will get caught up, especially when the beliefs differentiate, right? And they don't align with our beliefs like that. It can be triggering. So we have to be aware that people will absolutely be vocal today about what they think. And a lot of what they think can seem like it just doesn't fully make sense. Now, the thing about Pisces is it can come from a very spiritual place too. So that's where we have to understand our own beliefs, or what we believe about a person. Like, are they spiritual? Do they understand and are aligned with their spiritual self? And are they coming from that place and not this, emotional, egoic place? Because Chiron is in Aries, the moon is in Aries, and they're conjuncting, in the next few hours. So that's the thing, right? Emotions tend to flare and then overpower what we think and believe, right? Or sway what we believe. And that's where the cautious comes in, right? It's like being aware of your own triggers and other people's triggers that you have to deal with, because the communication will be there where people can over communicate and say things that just aren't necessary today. We do have Saturn that is trine Mars, that is in retrograde. And that is what's been ongoing for a little while now, until Mars, stations and goes forward here in the next month. So this is really where it's like, Mars being retrograde kind of makes it harder to move forward in the things that we really know we should be moving forward in. But now that Saturn isn't in retrograde anymore, it's moving forward, it's in Aquarius. This is where we kind of have to push through that and continue to move forward in a way that is based off of the facts, right? That's based off of whatever research or whatever we have, information we've gathered, and not just blindly moving forward, but knowing that, okay, this is what I've been doing, this is what I've been building, this is what I know. And even though there's obstacles, and even though everything seems slow and seems to be backtracking, I'm still going to push forward. This is where we need to push forward more so with this trine that's happening between Mars and Saturn. We do have the sun that is sextiling this as well. Or actually Venus, right? So Venus is sextiling Saturn. So there is a benefit to us pushing through what seems to be like is hard to push through right now. And this is also where we could see, you know, the right partnerships, the right love help us through these things. But this, you know, with this aspect to Saturn, this could be more so about like finances and like, you know, where our value is, and utilizing that value that we have put into something that we've been building, and pushing through and making something out of that, that we've already been doing, right? It's just we see everything outside kind of making it hard for us to continue. Like for me, for instance, you know, I haven't been live for over a week, and, you know, I had Thanksgiving, I had my kids, and all these different events happening. And then I had some issues with my camera that I created myself because I changed some settings, and then I figured it out and put it back to what it needed to be. And then I'm just like, okay, well, I'm going to go live, like get back to it, right? Same with my music. I mean, this has been the most consistent year for my music, of just releasing music. And, you know, obviously want to have more of a result when it comes to that. And we just have to look at where we can improve, where we can gain more knowledge about how we can improve, and implement that, no matter how hard it might be right now to do that. We do have a trine with Fortuna and Juno. And to me, you know, that can be where, you know, this very divinely aligned partnership can bring this fortune to our passions, right? Because Fortuna is in Scorpio. And that's something to think about. It is making a sextile with the North Node as well. So there is something about this karmically aligned destiny with a partner, that can align us with this good fortune. But with Fortuna, it can be the opposite. But because it is trine, I would say that this partnership is beneficial. So definitely we can look out for that, or we might already know what that is or who that is or whatever. But with Venus being where it is in Sag, sextile Saturn, I would say that this is where if we have the right partnerships that do support us, then it'll be a lot easier to make the moves to move forward, even when it feels harder and when it feels like, you know, things are not actually, the ball's not rolling the way we want it to be rolling today. So definitely have to be cautious of people just flying off at the mouth today, and keep pushing forward, you know, to summarize. But the card of the day is the 8. Oh man, looks kind of blotched out there. The 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords. Upright. Okay. So yeah, this is where we need to push forward, and we need to probably put up a good a good fight, but mostly like it's almost like where, and this is what I'm channeling from this, is it's like when you know you have something valuable, you set your knights up to guard it, right? You set your militia up to protect it. And this is where knowing that you have that protection, knowing that you have that space, it allows you to create in a way where you're not worried about what's going on in the outside. So I think this is more about where we're not focused on the outside. We're not focused on what's going on social media. We're not focused on, what's going on in the news, what Kanye West is saying. We're focused on what we're creating and what we're trying to manifest and what we're trying to bring into reality, to have a better experience, human experience. So I hope that helped. And until next time, one love.